Hi guys! Whoa, something just flew by my window. Hi guys, my name is Sav. Welcome to Sav Speaks. In today's video, we will be discussing the 5 subcategories of how someone can attain autoimmune hepatitis and what exactly it is. In the first category, we're going to talk about liver inflammation, aka hepatitis. The first step in seeing if someone's liver is inflamed is by checking their blood work, liver enzymes, and your bilirubin levels. If your liver enzymes, which specifically those enzymes are the AST and the ALT, which you can see in your blood work, those have to be above a certain number to be flagged as having any kind of inflammation. And they check your killer cells, which are your lymphocytes. Now, if there's an increase in the lymphocytes, there may be an imbalance in the immune system. That's the second way they check to see if you have inflammation. The third way is to just physically assess for pain. They check your abdomen, more so your left side of your abdomen, which is where the liver is, see if you physically are in any discomfort. The fourth and the last way to check if someone has inflammation in the liver is by looking at different scanning. So this would be based on an MRI, a CT scan, or an ultrasound. And this is actually so that the doctors can get a physical picture of what is really going on inside your liver, so that way they can make a proper diagnosis. Here they can also see if the damage is acute or chronic and whether it fits into the category of hepatitis A, B, C, D, or E, which we will get into later on in this video. The second category that we will be talking about today is the diagnosis category, right? With autoimmune hepatitis, again, like I said earlier, it is a really gray area. The liver is actually the least studied on because there's so many mechanisms. The liver actually has over, oh, I should know this. I want to say 400. I will fact check that. So diagnosis is based on basically guesswork of the doctors and the team, your blood tests, any imaging, any external results, like did you feel physical pain? Now, there's actually a fun fact. Hepatitis A, B, C, D, or E, they're actually unknown. The way that the doctors named each of them, they're just mysteries. They're just labeled A through E to make them seem understood. They actually are only separated due to their lifestyle choices. One thing that we do know for sure is that hepatitis is viral. Today we're just going to touch on the most common virus according to the CDC that a person can contract, and in my case we don't really know how I contracted it. It's very open-ended. The third thing that is a subcategory on what is autoimmune hepatitis, I mentioned really briefly in the last section, EBV. Now, EBV stands for Epstein-Barr virus, and it's actually one of the most common viruses that humans can contract from each other. It actually has over 60 mutations. It is prevalent in saliva, any bodily fluids that you can exchange with someone, even using someone's toothbrush, something just to be wary of. Epstein has many mutations and it can lay dormant, which means like it can lay like, sleeping. We have viruses, but thankfully they're not strong enough so that our body can't handle them. This one, the EBV virus, over time can cause serious damage depending on the mutation. In this case, one of the mutations somehow was on some hopes that just decided to get crazy. But it just puts things into perspective that you should be very careful with who you share your body with. It could be a significant other, it could be a sibling. When I was young, my mother and I used to use the same cup. You have to be very careful. Second to last is the autoimmune part. This part is Unfortunately, there's not enough information. If you are canceled out of the hepatitis A through E, which like I said earlier is based on your lifestyle. For example, you have a patient, their liver hurts, their imaging shows that they have some inflammation, they have elevated white blood cells, lymphocytes, they are also in a same-sex relationship. This person gets put into the category of hepatitis A, B, or C. Now, I didn't fall within those categories. These types of illnesses that affect women 18 through 40% of women of color, that's a huge part of the population. If we are more versed on it, we're able to hopefully get more funding to do more research and see what specifically is the cause. Because that's the thing, there is no definition, especially for autoimmune hepatitis, there's no like explicit definition on you get this by this because of this and it does this and this is the result of it. It kind of frustrates me as I'm talking about it. We've had such milestones. If we have the funding, it's just not being put in the right place. I want to just also squash the fact that anything autoimmune means your body's attacking itself, and I actually cut that out of my last video because I read research after that video. It's not true. I think people who have autoimmune diseases have a lot of trauma. Many of us, it was unknown. That's how these illnesses come about. It's not like you get diabetes. The doctors know exactly symptoms and they can track that. This can't be tracked. The myth that I wanted to debunk is that, yeah, autoimmune is not your body attacking itself. It's a virus inside of you and your body is fighting what is causing the illness. So what you feel is the effect of your body fighting for you.
Your body loves you, and your body loves you unconditionally.
Your body is always on your side. It wants balance, it wants you to be comfortable and safe. In the midst of that happening, you may have this, and that. What's going on inside my abdomen right now, towards the right, or my right ear left, they're battling. Like, they are going in. There is bloodshed, literally. Yeah, I just wanted to end with saying that. As always, guys, tune in next week. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. See you guys next week. You know what? I have no idea how that went.